J-Roll Electronic Productions, baby.
Welcome to DEMOCREPUBLIX, where we cover the real news that matter to we the people. Exclusive. More evidence leaked from China on the deliberate release of COVID-19 by the Chinese military. More and more stuff coming out about the Wuhan virus. This is the Gateway Pundit. The following information was provided by a source inside China who has knowledge of the circumstances and has been vetted. COVID-19 was created in the laboratory by the Chinese People's Liberation Army and fine-tuned as a bioweapon. Wow. I gotta know where they find this information from. I mean, I hate anonymous sources. But the article goes on to say that it was specifically designed to be highly contagious, but often asymptomatic, have low lethality, but produce uncontrollable variants and possessing characteristics providing plausible deniability as a bioweapon. According to Chinese military doctrine, such bioweapons are used prior to a declaration of war for political or international strategic needs where the use of which can be denied, the intent underlined being even if the academic evidence, virological evidence, and animal experiment data could possibly prove that the virus comes from lab, we can just deny it, stop investigations, suppress scholars, make sure the international organizations and honest people's work is futile. And that's what this says right here in this document. A fully formed sample of COVID-19 was ready for testing in early 2019 while a parallel vaccine program was underway. Scientists from the Wuhan Institute of Virology were chosen to participate in the non-human primate, talking about monkeys, transmission testing, simulated coronavirus release and response exercises such as at Wuhan Tianhe Airport in September 2019, and an actual test release of COVID-19 at the 2019 Military World Games from October 18th through the 27th on 2019. Wow, that is crazy. The source mentions special health screenings at the military games, perhaps as a means of monitoring the results of a small, short-term test release of COVID-19. A statement allegedly made by a Chinese People Liberation Army officer at the time was, quote, "Let the white pigs have some." The release of COVID-19 at the Military World Games was also a test of the longer-term effects of that type of bioweapon, because foreign visitors to the games would carry it back to their own countries, and the consequences would be observed. Because COVID-19 was designed for plausible deniability, infections could not be easily traced back to China, and it could also be attributed to a natural origin. So this right here basically showing that they specifically made this weapon so they can say that it was natural, or they had nothing to do with it. The source explained that the subsequent outbreak in Wuhan was entirely unexpected. That is, there was no laboratory leak, but the unintended spread among the Chinese population of Wuhan of a virus for which they had underestimated its transmissibility. Sorry, so they didn't know it was gonna spread as bad as it did. They did create it in the lab, but it seems like they didn't leak it on purpose, is what they're basically saying. Beijing learned about the silent spreading of COVID-19 by the beginning of December, but kept it quiet and allowed international flights from Wuhan to continue. And I've been alluding to that this whole time. Also, the source speculated about the COVID-19 test release and why the Wuhan outbreak was then leveraged by the Chinese Communist Party. COVID-19 was meant to hit United States, its allies, and the whole Western world because China's economic problems and the trade war being conducted by President Trump The effects of the pandemic might cause Trump to lose the election. Um, and I alluded to this also um, back when it first came out. The only way they could take down Trump was by destroying the economy. And the only way they could destroy the economy like that is by, I mean, this is the perfect storm. This was the perfect storm. I don't think this was by accident. If the U.S. military was disrupted by COVID-19, further pressure could be applied to Taiwan. Perhaps even invasion and the uprising in Hong Kong could be suppressed under the guise of public health. If China escapes responsibility for COVID-19 and its bioweapons program is allowed to continue, there'll likely be another, perhaps more deadly attack. And this article right here just pretty much confirms what I already believed from other people coming out, from scientists coming out speaking about it and all that. They're basically saying the same thing that we've been saying, that they were making this COVID-19 as a bioweapon, and I still don't know if they purposely released it yet. I'm still kind of on the fence with that. Did they purposely release it, or and it came out unintentional, but they planned on to release it? You know, maybe they planned on releasing it and it escaped from the lab by accident. But they did plan on releasing it in the United States, but it accidentally escaped from the lab. That's what I'm leaning towards right now. But let me know what you think. Leave your comments down below. Like, share, and subscribe, and check out DEMOCREPUBLIX.com for the latest in news. Until next time.